Okay, so today we were going to have like a fun, silly video that's just like a whole bunch of like vlog clips that I found that never like had anything done with it. It's just be like a fun video of like, you know, fun stuff. Like, here's us doing fun stuff. So I wasn't intending on uploading this today. This whole video is gonna be rough. Just buckle in. This isn't what I was gonna record today either. I was gonna like set up my little table. I was gonna like record a cute like craft tutorial. I was gonna set up like growing my mushrooms. I don't know if I mentioned that in a previous video. We're gonna try grow mushrooms. That's fun. Like as in like normal like salad mushrooms, not dodgy mushrooms. Just to be clear. And that's just not how things have worked out today. So before I actually just say anything at all, the only like, well, I don't know, the only thing. One thing that I would ask is just, what is my hair doing? I tried to do something with my hair and it hasn't really worked, but I just don't have it in me to fix it, so we're gonna deal with the dumb hair. Yes, the main thing I would ask while you're watching this is just like, if you could not comment until you've watched the whole thing, because I definitely would be guilty as well, like leaving comments halfway through a video. If you could just like hold your horses, even just like start typing it out as you go through if you want to remember points, but if you just like not comment until I'm finished, that would be great. And then so sort of other main points to this video before it begins is, I never wanted to make this video. This has been something that I have sort of put off doing for months, if not years. Every time there's been some bullshit and I always just tell myself not to even acknowledge it, and I've succeeded, but I've just I've reached my limit. So this isn't something I ever wanted to do, and it's not something I ever want to do again. I'd rather not to. And I especially, I mean, outside just not wanting to acknowledge annoying shit, if you guys know me, you know that I'm one of those people that talking about anything like serious or anything that could be deemed emotional in any way, it makes me cry, even if I'm not actually feeling emotional. Just the act of talking about things like that, it just, I don't know why, it's just my body's like, it's time to cry, and I'm like, hey no, I'm trying to make a serious point, and me crying kind of, you know, takes away my edge a little bit. So I don't know, we're gonna try not to do that, but that's what happens. So I'd rather avoid another video of me crying on the internet, because there's enough of those. And then like another reason that I haven't wanted to do these videos in the past whenever stuff's come up is because the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm tired of negativity, and unfortunately in doing this video I'm just going to invite more negativity. Like, you know, I'm going to invite more mean comments, I'm going to invite more people talking about me, which I don't want. I don't want it, but that's the way it's going to be. So on that subject, if you've come here to leave a shitty, mean, rude comment in any way, shape or form, I'm not going to read it, I'm just going to delete it, so you can just save your time. I have no problem deleting nasty comments, so you know, if that's your plan, there's not a whole lot of point. So, this video, the thing is, I hate drama. I don't like drama videos, I don't like drama websites, I don't like drama forums. This is something I grew out of many years ago. It's like drama and tea and shade and the beef and fucking all these words in cancel culture. I don't have any interest in any of that at all, and especially drama videos I take just so much issue with, because YouTube has become just like a shit place. Like, all that gets watched on YouTube now is just drama and like spilling the tea and like, ooh yeah, look at this hot tea and look at this spicy drama, and I don't want any part of that. I just think it's really shitty and it's like trash content, honestly, and like so much of the time it's not even like the stuff that's said isn't even true, so I refuse to ever watch it. I genuinely don't watch drama videos, even if it's something that looks really intriguing about someone that I maybe don't even like. I still won't watch it, you know, like maybe I'll be curious, but I won't watch it out of principle because I think it's just shit. The problem there is, from what I can, like, I know something has been going on in the YouTube world. I don't really fully know what, because like I said, I won't partake in it, but all I can really base this on is the comments that are coming my way, and people who are well intentioned and, you know, trying to have my back, trying to send me certain things, and I'm like, no, no, I don't want to see it. Don't tell me what people said, don't tell me what's going on, I don't want to know. I spend so much of my time just trying to avoid this stuff because it's just damaging. I don't want to know. I get enough like nasty comments coming directly to me without finding out what people are saying elsewhere. But yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what's happening. As far as I can gather, there has been a video or multiple videos, or someone has said something somewhere. I don't know, someone's being shitty is all I can gather, but I honestly don't know what's really being said. But the comments coming at me, you know, sort of give me some clues, so I kind of just want to try to put some of that out there. And as well, that this video is probably kind of going to go from like 0 to 100, and towards the end it's probably going to seem like I've taken what is likely quite a small petty piece of drama and blown it way out of fucking proportion. But like I said, the thing you need to know is this video is not about like one thing, or it's not about some petty silly drama that's been going on for the past week or whatever. This has been building for months, maybe years, and this is it finally coming out. So it's kind of going to start off about just like some comments I've gotten recently and kind of grow into more of a general problem. First of all, unboxings and hauls. Spooky Box Club especially seems to get a lot of hate, but unboxing and haul videos got some interesting comments on some of those. So I just need to make it really clear that unboxing videos, like all unboxing videos and most hauls, those are sent to me by the brands almost always, unless I say, hey, I went and bought this thing from this place. Then it was sent to me, and that's not a secret. That's not something I'm trying to hide. In fact, that's something I want you guys to know, because whenever people don't know that, I kind of get the opposite hit, where people are like, oh, she asked for money on Patreon, and then she goes out and buys all these clothes to do hauls with. And I'm like, no, that's not what happens. That's not what's happening. They're being sent to me. So that's not a secret. That's not something I ever want to hide from you guys. That's not something that's like sneaky and like dodgy. Like, that is just a fact. I am going to sort of reshift things a little bit on my channel, and especially I'm going to change like my sort of default, because whenever I upload a video, there's like a chunk of my description that's like auto there. It's like for every video, you know, with like my mailing address and like links and stuff. And I'm probably going to put a piece in there just basically echoing this, saying, unless I state otherwise, unboxings and hauls are sent to me, because I do always say it, and I always talk about it, and especially on other social media like Twitter and stuff, I'm always talking about it, so it's not a secret. But apparently there are some people who think that I am like sneaky and lying to everyone. I'm lying to all of you. I'm like pretending that I bought these things and lying to you. That's not what's happening. And I don't know, like I don't know why people are, I don't know. That's the first thing is, yes, unboxings and hauls are sent to me. It is not a secret. It is not something I will hide from you guys. Same with sponsored videos. You will always know if I'm doing like a sponsored video, as in being paid, because I will say it, both verbally, and it'll be marked somewhere with ad. If the whole video is like a sponsored thing, like if one brand paid me to do like a whole haul, then the video itself will be marked, so it would either be on the thumbnail or in the title, it will say ad, and I'll verbally say it. If it's like a big video and like a little piece of that video has been sponsored, then again I'll verbally say it and it'll say ad on screen for the duration of that bit. You can see like an example of that in my 24-hour glow up. The tooth whitening kit in that was sponsored, and I'm like, hey, we've got a sponsor, because I want to tell you guys when I get a sponsor, because it's exciting, because you know these people usually don't want to work with goths. Oh, that'll be a topic later. So yeah, there's that. I'm not trying to hide that from you guys. That is just a out in the open fact that I get sent things. So, but when it comes to things that I am sent, and also even things that I like get sponsored, it doesn't mean that I'm lying about liking them, because if I didn't, I just wouldn't put it on my channel. Like, I actually turned down like a lot of paid stuff. Like, I hardly ever do any sponsored videos on this channel, because it's hard to get if you look weird. But I actually turned down a lot of paid work because it's just random crap that doesn't hold any interest to me. And even sometimes I turn down paid work on things that I actually do personally like, but that I know wouldn't really fit this channel and people would probably think is like bullshit. So I'm like always turning down opportunities to make money, which I need, because I'll only do videos on this channel of things I genuinely like. So even if things are being sent to me, or if a company is nice enough to like pay me so I can feed myself, yeah, it's still all things I like. I'm not lying. I'm not like trying to deceive anyone. I don't know what the purpose of me doing that would be, but that seems to be what some people are trying to insinuate, and it's exhausting. Like, every now and again I'll get like a comment on one of my unboxings like, oh, I got this months ago, why haven't you posted this? Like, why are you late posting this? And I'm like, sometimes it is just because I've fallen into like a rough patch and I haven't gotten any work done, but sometimes it's because I'm fucking scared to, quite honestly, because people are just so nasty, and there are some days where I'm just not in the headspace to deal with someone making me feel like the worst person in the world because I like boxes of spooky knickknacks. Like, I can't, so I'll put off doing unboxing videos because I just don't want to deal with people. Like, I'm afraid to post content that I enjoy because people will be nasty about it. I don't remember when I did my first Spooky Box Club unboxing, but I think it must have been like not long after I started my channel. I assume it must have been within the same year of me starting my channel. And yeah, like, you know, they had just started up as well. Like, I think it was maybe their first box I got sent. And yeah, I think I saw it on Instagram and I commented and I was like, oh my god, this looks so cute. And the girl was like, hey, that's cool, do you want me to send you one so you can unbox it on YouTube? And I was like, oh my god, yeah, that'd be super fun. And then ever since that first one, they just turn up at my door each month. I don't even really have a lot of conversations with Spooky Box Club. Like, you know, I don't talk to them about every video. The boxes just turn up at my address and I'm like, yay! I never know whether they're just gonna stop one day. Like, you know, for all I know, Spooky Box one day could be like, we don't want to send these anymore, and they would just stop and I would never know. Or maybe they would tell me, I don't know, but my point is, there isn't a lot of communication. Cute boxes turn up at my door, I enjoy them, I like spooky knickknacks and little cute bits and pieces that I can use, and, you know, that's really all there is to it. And it's like, if you don't like the stuff that's in a spooky box, or if you think it's not worth it, or you think it's all like cheap crap or whatever, like, worth is entirely subjective, so either you don't have to watch those videos, or if you have watched it, you can just, you know, look at it and go, okay, I personally don't think this box is worth it, so now I'm not going to spend money on it. And that's why the videos are there. You know, people can watch my videos if they want to, and they can decide for themselves whether or not they think they want a Spooky Box subscription. That's like, you know, I'm not telling people you have to have this box. I'm just like, I got a box, here's what's in it. If you like this stuff, then, you know, it's up to you what you do with that information. So, I don't know, like I said, there's just every now and again there'll be comments that like seem to insinuate that like I actually don't enjoy Spooky Box Club and I'm just doing it. Like, I don't know, because I'm not even being paid, so what would my motivation be? Like, what would my motivation be to pretend to like something that I don't like on my I don't understand. I'm tired. And you know, it's the same when it comes to my like clothing hauls and stuff. I'm not saying, hey, look what I got, now you have to go out and buy all of the same stuff that I just got. Like, no, like, that's madness. Like, I would, like, not. Brands that I really love send me free stuff, and I am a lucky bitch to be in that position. And then I get to talk about brands that I love. I get to show pretty clothes that I am, you know, that I really enjoy. That's something that I am passionate about, is fashion and outfits and style. Like, that's something that I have a lot of interest in. And that's all I'm doing, is sharing my interests and, like, you know, just doing little videos that I enjoy doing. I'm not saying like you have to buy these things, and if you don't buy these things then you're not whatever. Like, I don't even know. It's more so like, if there's going to be a use for these things, it's more so that like people can watch them, and it's like, if they were thinking of buying certain pieces from certain brands, they can see what it looks like, you know, in real life and on a real person, and like get an idea of the fabric and like hear firsthand from someone who has worn the clothes what it's like, and then they can decide if they actually want to buy it, because, you know, sometimes fabrics aren't what you expected them to be or whatever. Like, that's all it's there for. Or even inspiration. I mean, like, a lot of the time I will watch other people's hauls and I won't, you know, buy the thing they bought because it's too expensive or something, but I'll be like, ooh, I do really like the style of this. I wonder if I could find something similar, like, you know, on eBay, or like, you know, if I could like DIY something to look like that. So it's either for the purposes of like, you know, review and showing people what the things are, or inspiration. Like, it's not like a guide on like how to be anything, or like saying that people have to get the same stuff as me or anything. It's just something I enjoy doing that some people enjoy. Like, I like watching hauls, that's why I do them. Like, I love watching hauls from other people. It's something I find interesting, so I don't... If you don't like them, then that content's just not for you. You don't have to get angry at me for it. You don't have to like make me into some fucking evil villain for enjoying clothes. Like, just don't watch it. Leave people alone. And that leads us on to something that I have definitely been putting off mentioning for years. It's the whole goth thing. Now again, I've asked you not to leave a comment till you're finished watching, please remember that. The whole goth thing. So yeah, one thing that I saw on Twitter that I don't know if it's been expressly said, something that was implied, is basically that me and like any other YouTuber who does a haul of like a clothing brand is saying like, you have to wear this brand to be goth. Which is frustrating, because if there's anything that I feel like I try to put out there into the world, is there's no right or wrong way to do it. Like, you know, I don't care what your goth looks like. You can like love the goth music but not dress goth at all, or you can be like, you know, really, really frugal and like only wear like DIY clothes or thrifted things, or you can be fucking rich and dress head to toe in Chanel every day and somehow like make it work. Like, you know, there's no right or wrong way. Like, there's obviously a general, well, a lot of general like fashion styles that have been associated with goth over the years. Like, there is, like, that's, you know, the bands first started up and the subculture was born, and then the people who enjoyed those bands started emulating the style of the bands that they enjoyed, and, you know, this sort of little community was born, you know, like, where, you know, the music's the main thing, but then people also started sharing their love of like the fashion and other things that are associated with it, you know, and this whole little thing was born, and it was great, you know. But there's never been like one single way to do it, and I've never tried to tell anyone that. Like, I don't know, like, there just seems to be so much misinformation and people putting words in my mouth, and just, I'm just frustrated by it. And like, I don't really care if you think I'm not goth. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me if you think I'm goth or not. Like, it's not something that anyone can decide. Like, there's people out there who will actively deny that I enjoy goth music just because they don't want me to be part of goth. Like, it's like, I'm sorry, do you know what music I listen to on a daily basis? Do you know who my favorite band is? No? Then you probably can't say whether I'm goth. Like, but they will. They're just like, she's not goth, she's not fucking goth, because goth is about the music. And I'm like, uh-huh. And I listen to the music, so why am I not allowed to be in your little club? So there's that. And I don't talk about the music on this channel for many reasons. One of which is, this is not a channel about goth. I never set up this channel to be like a channel about goth and like goth resources and like goth history and like, here's like a directory of goth bands and here's what like goth music specifically is. That's never like being what this channel is about. Like, I am someone who would generally identify as goth because of my interest in, you know, a lot of different areas. For like, you know, the main one that everyone's mad about, yes, I do listen to goth music, I do. Don't talk about it much, but I do enjoy listening to it. And then I enjoy other things that, whether you like it or not, have also been associated with goth, that have become part of the subculture and community, like fashion, or, you know, a lot of goths would have interest in like horror novels and stuff, because it's just, you know, something that we're all apparently naturally drawn to. Not all, but a lot of us. I'm someone who would generally identify as goth. But that doesn't mean this is a channel about goth. It just means that that's what I consider myself to be. And so yes, sometimes there will be videos on the topic of goth because that is part of me. But I don't have to share every interest that I have on this channel. It's not my job to educate people about goth. I'm just here to share the videos that I feel like making. And I don't feel like making videos about music because where to fucking begin? For one, people are dicks. I don't like talking about goth music because it somehow becomes a test of how goth you are, and suddenly you're being quizzed on it and people are judging you and like being like, well, you know, maybe she likes this band but she doesn't like that band, so that means she's not goth. I don't want that. On top of that, I am not musically minded. I wouldn't know where to begin on trying to like make like a critique of an album. I don't know music terms. I can barely make out the different instruments in a song when I listen to music. I just know what sounds I like. So I mean, I've tried to think about it before, like if I were to sit down and like review an album, I don't know what I'd say. I'd be like, I like this song because it has a lot of like the chugga chugga noise, and I'm not so fond of this song because I don't know, I just like, it just sounds good to me. I don't know anything about the technical side of it. I've tried to learn to play instruments before. I can't tell you how bad I am at it. If I was ever going to play an instrument, I would like to play bass because I really like the sound of bass. I have tried. My boyfriend is a musician and he has tried to teach me with disastrous consequences. I learned one song on bass, and it was one of the easiest possible bass lines you could probably learn. And I was still terrible at it. Like, I learned it, but not well. It wasn't good. So I am just not a musically minded person. I like to listen to music, but that's where it ends. It's like, hey, those are some good noises that my ear holes enjoy. That's all. And I just don't feel qualified enough to talk about it. So it's not something that I've ever wanted to talk about in this channel. And that doesn't just go for goth music, because I enjoy a lot of music that isn't goth as well. And I wouldn't make videos about that either, because I don't know. So yeah, just like, music's something I enjoy, but it's not something I can actively participate in. Whereas fashion is, you know, like, you don't have to like have a skill to really participate in fashion. I can put together cute outfits, or I can modify a piece of clothing, do a bit of DIY and make it into something new, or like, you know, whatever. It's something that I can participate in and I enjoy that. Music almost frustrates me because I can't participate, so whenever like I find a song that I really love and I'm really passionate about, and like, you know, it's just one of those songs that just like just fills you, it's almost frustrating because I have no way to like, I don't know, is that just me? Is it just me who gets like mad and frustrated and not being able to like interact with things they enjoy? I don't know. But like, yeah, it's almost frustrating to me whenever I like find a song I really love, because I want to like merge into it and be part of it somehow, but I don't really know how you do that without actually being able to like make music. But yeah, whenever I show the clothes that I happen to be a lucky enough bitch to get sent, that's not me saying you have to wear this to be goth. Like, no, 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 I will never tell you how to be goth. It's just, it's never my job. Even if someone who like, you know, isn't goth, like they're just, you know, they're just not, calls themselves goth, like, I don't know, I don't feel the need to go out of my way to tell them they're not. That's not my job, and there's gonna be enough people online who do that to them anyway. And I wish people would be more gentle about it, you know, there are nicer ways to do it than tear people apart. But yeah, at the end of the day, telling someone whether or not they're goth is not my job, so I certainly wouldn't tell you how to be goth, and I certainly wouldn't tell you how to dress, because that's just stupid. Plus, have you seen me? Half the time I'm dressed in pink frilly crap, so you know, who am I to tell you how to dress if you're a goth? Like, so that's not what I'm saying, that's never what I've been saying. From what I can gather, apparently that's what some people think I'm saying, and that's upsetting because it goes against like everything I stand for, and that's not what I would ever want people to think that I am trying to tell them. I don't know when that stopped recording. Oh, my head. But yeah, like, here's the really big, dumb, ironic first world problem nonsense. It's cheaper for me to dress head to toe in expensive brand clothing than it is for me to thrift or DIY, because, again, lucky gets sent stuff for free. So like, you know, it's free or buying stuff, you know, so like it makes sense that most of what I have at this point is like brand stuff, you know, because it gets sent to me, and like, that's not a bad thing, that's a lucky thing. That's a dumb thing for me to sit here and complain about, like, oh boo-hoo, I get too much free stuff, but I'm being made to feel like a bad person for it. Like, I'm being made to feel like I shouldn't, you know, accept these really beautiful things that I love and enjoy just because people are angry at me. Like, people I don't know are getting angry at me just for enjoying myself. I'm just like really frustrated. I won't apologize for doing hauls and unboxings because I haven't done anything wrong. I'm just trying to enjoy myself and like make content that, when it comes from other people, that I enjoy. Like, you know, all I can really work with is knowing what I like and trying to sort of base stuff around that. I'll apologize whenever sometimes things get crazy and all the time I only have the time to do hauls and unboxing. And I only have the time to do hauls and unboxings and they kind of take over the channel. Like, I'll apologize for that because, yeah, you know, I want to be doing a variety of content. That's just the way life works out sometimes. You know, sorry about that, but I have other stuff going on sometimes and that's just what happens. But I'm not going to apologize for doing videos that I enjoy and that, like, you know, a lot of other people enjoy. And I feel like there's a lot of people who have just gotten swept away in this, like, I don't want to say mob mentality, but there's a lot of people who I feel at one point in time did enjoy things like unboxings and stuff, but now like so many people are being like shitty about that type of content that they've kind of hopped on the bandwagon and now they feel like they have to hate on it as well. I don't know. So here's where it gets more serious, and here is where it becomes about a lot more than just recent apparent drama about clothing brands and boxes. All this like viciousness, and like I said, again, I'm not referencing any one person because I haven't seen the content that other people are putting out there. I am referencing stuff that has come directly my way, like comments and stuff. So like, you know, whenever I say viciousness, I'm talking about what I have experienced directly. I don't know what's going on elsewhere, don't want to know. But the viciousness needs to stop in general, and it's because it's not just me that's getting this. But like from my standpoint or whatever, I'm not in a good place. And like I've kind of said in the past couple of videos, you know, I've been feeling a little bit better, and I was at the time. And I don't know, maybe it was sort of naive to think like because I felt better that day, it was like, yay, I'm better now. I'm still not in a good place. And it's not because all of this, like because of all of this, you know, like it's entirely outside of that, and a lot of it doesn't really have a reason, it's just where I'm at. But this shit doesn't help. Like I don't know if I can really explain it, but when you're in a really bad, dark place mentally, feeling like so fucking hated is like scary and damaging. Whenever you already feel like worthless and like you just shouldn't be here, having a bunch of people sort of like pile on and, you know, make out that you're like a really bad person and that, you know, like you shouldn't, you know, be around, I guess, you know, that doesn't help. Like it's something I think about a lot, and it does fuck me up that like there are people out there who I've never met, I've never spoken to, I've never actually done anything to, but because I make videos online, there are people out there who hate me, like fucking hate me. And I think about it sometimes, and it's weird and like unpleasant knowing that like I could get like really like badly sick, or I could be in a really bad accident, or, you know, as far as these people know, I could just one day decide that I can't do it anymore. You know, like who the fuck knows? And there are people out there who would celebrate. There are people who would be happy about it. There are people out there who would laugh and make jokes and like say that I deserved it. That's scary. Like that freaks me out. And like, don't tell me I'm being over dramatic, because I've had people say this to me, like, you know, in less eloquent ways, but you know, it's being fucking said to me. And like, you know, if you're about to say like, oh, they don't really mean it. If they don't really mean it, they shouldn't be saying it to anyone. They shouldn't be saying it to anyone anyway, but... And like, the worst part is, if this stuff, you know, over time, over years, has gotten to me. Because whenever I first started YouTube, like, I didn't give a fuck. I was like much more tough-skinned. Like, whenever I started YouTube, I had such a thick skin, like, I didn't care what anyone said. I was like, haha, you suck. I'm like, you know what, sometimes I do still laugh at the hate, because it's just so fucking stupid. It is. But like, fuck. After like 5 years of this, you know, it has sometimes started to break through. And sometimes I feel like part of it is, over the past like sort of few years, a big goal of mine has been like self-improvement. That's something that's really important to me, so I am always trying to sort of learn more and become like a kinder person and like a more understanding person, always see things from like other people's point of views and just, you know, just be better. And honestly, sometimes it feels like the softer I become in that way, the less I can take other people's shit. But yeah, like, you know, I get a lot of sort of nastiness online in general, but it is shocking how much of it comes from the fucking goth scene. A lot of the worst and nastiest and most hateful people who come at me, they're not just some random trolls, they're people in the goth scene. Like, the community has become fucking toxic. Like, I'm being branded as toxic because I like to talk about clothes, but I have like young goths coming to me, like in their teens, for advice because grown-ass adults are treating them like shit. And even though they meet every fucking criteria for being goth, these adults are still like tearing them apart, saying they can't be in the community, they're not a real goth, or they're not goth enough. And like, you know, like these kids are coming to me upset and like not knowing what to do, and they shouldn't be dealing with that. I shouldn't be dealing with it. No one should be dealing with it, but kids especially should not be dealing with it. You know, like they'll, you know, they listen to goth music and like somehow they're still being told that they're not welcome in the community, and it's stressing them out. You know, they're being like really like nastily attacked for this, and it's just if you're one of those people who enjoys like tearing people apart and enjoys just going after people and trying to make them feel like they're not welcome for no reason and just being a dick, one day you're gonna be a dick to the wrong person. You're going to be that person's last fucking straw, and you're going to be the reason that someone dies. You don't know what state someone's at. You don't know where someone is mentally, and especially when it comes to young people, like you don't know how your words might affect them. Like a lot of young people kill themselves because of just online bullying. And like, if you're okay with that, or you think that's funny, you need locked up. You need fucking locked up. It wouldn't be PC for me to say anything else, but... So yeah, this started out as just sort of frustrations about quite a small thing, and people putting words in my mouth and making me just feel bad for silly little things like clothes and unboxings basically. But like, it has led me to talk about a much bigger, more serious issue. So I don't want to put this up. I don't want to deal with whatever shitstorm is about to come my way. I don't want to deal with deleting all the stupid comments that I'm going to have to delete. If you make a video responding to this, I'm not going to watch it. I'm sorry if anyone makes like a positive response video to this, but I'm not going to be watching any videos because I just don't want to risk running into more nastiness. But you know, if you have like any sort of nice things to say, you can leave them down below. If you're going to be a dick, I am just going to avoid seeing what you have to say because I don't need it in my life. I'm focused on me. I don't need your negativity. I don't need your anger. I don't know where your anger has come from, but you need to leave me out of it because it's not my fault. Some girl that you don't know on the internet who likes clothes is not the reason for your anger, and it's your job to figure out what is, because like, I'm not taking responsibility for that. Ugh, now I already know I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. This sucks, but I had to get it out. This has been a long time coming. It's out there now. So that's it. Sorry for putting a big dampener on your evening. The next video should be more fun. Like I said, I did have another video ready for tonight, but this I lost patience. I've done well. I have made this video in my head like once a week for the past 2 years or some shit, so I have done well, okay? I've held back for a long ass time. I don't know, I was just finally done. And it's like, I feel like the stuff that's happened in the past has been much bigger drama that I've managed to avoid. What's going on this time is relatively small, but I guess this small, annoying little thing that's been going on was just like, you know, like in the cartoons, like, you know, someone would be carrying like loads of really, really heavy shit, like a piano and an anvil and everything, and they're fine, and then like a feather gently lands on top of it and the whole thing comes crashing down. That's what today has been. So, right, no, I'm fucking off. Oh my god, now I have to watch this mess and edit it. Don't feel the need to leave a comment. If you want to, go ahead, but if it's something rude, I'm gonna delete it. If you want to give this video a thumbs up, go ahead, but I don't blame you if you don't want to, because it's a big depressing mess. I'm sure more of you are going to unsubscribe than subscribe, so I won't bother telling you to subscribe either, but yeah, so that's that, and I will maybe see you in the next video, depending what you do from this point onwards, but know that it won't be something quite as awful as this. It'll be a fun vloggy style video, so at least there's that. Bye everyone.